Hi, my name is Sheila Hill. I'm an intuitive life coach and a spiritual guide. Today's video is going to be about anxiety. Anxiety is really common right now. There are a lot of people that are challenged with anxiety. Those that are experienced in having anxiety are finding that it's a lot stronger lately and more difficult to manage. There are people that don't have anxiety or haven't in the past that are now experiencing it. And then there's always the people that are supporting those they love. So this is going to be an all-encompassing, very impactful video where I'm going to talk about the three origins of where this anxiety is coming from, what the root is. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you some tips and tricks and techniques on how to better manage anxiety on the whole and anxiety when it presents itself as a trigger. So let's start with a foundational understanding that anxiety is a nervous system event, a neurological event that's happening with your nervous system, where your nervous system is firing off. So a person, a place, an event, a thing, even a thought causes a physiological event in the body where the nervous system fires. That's what anxiety is. The nervous system being kicked off creates chemicals within the body, and then that creates heart palpitations and sweating and all, depending on how your body reacts. But in its core, it is the nervous system. It is the nervous system firing. So why does that happen? 3 different ways. First way is when the mind is giving a story in order to give context to your life that is then creating the physiological event in the body. So it's when the mind causes the body to react. Now, the mind is but a memory bank. The mind is only able to understand the past. The mind is here to give context to the future. It doesn't know how to be present with what is, because what is in the present moment is always an unknown. Part of the mind's aspect is the ego, and the ego's sole job is to keep you safe. That is why the body by design even has an ego, is that the ego is supposed to keep you safe. If you're getting chased by a bear or something, to keep the human body safe, to keep the human alive. Now, that too, as a program, the ego program got distorted, a whole other video for another day, but it then thinks, based on what the mind is telling the ego, that there is always a reason to feel not safe. The idea of not being safe tells the body that the nervous system should fire, that cortisol should be released, that something is about to happen, when it may really not happen. Most of the time it doesn't. So the mind can only come up with stories from the past. So you are here in the present moment and you are about to see a person, do a thing, go to an event, have some kind of experience in your life, and anxiety is triggered. All that is the mind going through its data bank, trying to apply context from the past and overlay it into the future. So it's going to tell you that you have done something similar to this before and it didn't go well. Or you heard of someone that did this before and it didn't go well. And it overlays some kind of story into your future that tells you now that it's not going to be safe or good or a happy experience or the way that you anticipated that it will be, that it's not going to be whatever, wonderful or whatever. This is when the mind is then carrying your power by having the power to apply a contextual story to your future. And that is what is causing the event of the nervous system firing up in your body. The second root origin is the opposite, where the body is creating an event that then makes the mind trigger a story, and then the whole thing becomes a loop. So the first one is the mind creating in the body. This one is the body creating in the mind. Now, with all of the ascension energies that are coming onto the planet right now, the increased solar activity with solar storms, CMEs, geomagnetic storms, the various ascension portals and gateways, the galactic energies, all of those energies that are like invisible Wi-Fi that are inundating the body at a cellular level are doing so in order to help us ascend. The gift to these energies coming into the body is that they come into the body at a cellular level and push out all of the cellular memory out of the body and allows more light to come into the body, which activates more of your soul's template. This is a good thing. But as it's happening, the energy comes into the body. The velocity of that energy, the frequency, the spin of those particles as they come into the body is much faster than your body's baseline frequency. That is the point, is to increase your frequency at a cellular level. So it will push out the density, so it will activate more of your soul's template. When the energy comes in, the spin is then recognized in the body as, oh, things are going fast. My body is moving fast. My cells are spinning fast. This then erroneously sends a message from the body into the brain saying, I think we're having an anxiety attack or an anxiety issue, or that there is anxiety being produced out of the body. And then the mind creates a story. Oh, well, it must be because I'm about to do this, or it must be because I just did that, or it must be the thing that I ate, or the place that I'm going, or the person I was with, or whatever it needs to do in order to create context in your life. But in actuality, what it is a beautiful gift that is serving you and serving your body at such a high level, but it is interpreted as anxiety, and that's not actually what it is. The third thing kind of encompasses all of the things, and that is that anxiety, to a certain extent, is an entity. Now, the word entity gets a bad rap, possession, and all of those types of things. That's not what I'm talking about. There is another video here on my YouTube channel that talks about entities and my take on them. Go and see that if you need a little more kind of construct or understanding of what entities are. But anxiety, to a certain degree, is an entity. It is a friend that holds your power for you until you are ready to hold it yourself. Now, the number one power that all human beings have trouble with is the power of presence. The power of purely, cleanly, curiously, and wondrously being present in their life to whatever is presenting, to whatever experience there is to be had in that present moment. So I'm not talking about power as in egoic power that we have experience with out in the collective for hundreds of thousands of years, or the power of psychic abilities or mediumship or the opening of your third eye. I'm not talking about those kinds of power, although it could be. I'm talking about just every day being present in the now moment with your own life and being fresh and new and ready to receive it without a story or a neurological event or a nervous system reaction. Anxiety is an entity that holds your power for you until you are ready to hold it yourself. So when anxiety is triggered, in essence, what is happening is that entity, that friend, is tapping you on the shoulder and saying, excuse me, you're not really being present right now in your power. And you have actually given your power away to this other person, to this type of an event, to this type of experience. But I'm holding it for you, so if you would like it back, I can give it back to you. And when you are in an anxious state or struggling with anxiety, you end up saying, no, like no more. Don't ask me to be anything more than I am right now, because right now I'm in trauma. Right now, the anxiety is so loud, I'm not able to find my presence or my power. So the anxiety becomes the baby that you nurture and that you love and that you protect. The anxiety becomes something that you create a sacred relationship with. That in order to not feel anxious, you rearrange your life and you make decisions about how you're going to live and the types of experiences you're going to have. At its worst case, where you're negotiating your life based on the anxiety and how to not have it. When in actuality, the anxiety itself is presenting to you for the exact purpose of showing you that you have given your power away to a person, a place, an event, a thing. And that when it triggers, it's just saying to you, hey, you've given your power away to this. Would you like it back? That you have a belief, a thought, or a story in your mind that this other person, this other event, these types of experiences have some kind of power or control over you and leave you powerless and disempowered, when it's not true at all, because you always have the power. That is your innate ability. You always have the power to navigate and negotiate any circumstance. And where it starts is by being present. Being present with what is, actually is. Cleanly, clearly, curiously, in every now moment. And from that now moment, you also have the power to remove yourself if it feels dishonoring or uncomfortable, truthfully uncomfortable because you're being dishonored. Or that you also have the power to speak up or ask for clarification. The power lives within you innately, unless you give it to this entity called anxiety. And then you baby the anxiety and negotiate your life around making sure the baby is safe. When in actuality, what you need to be doing is building an intimate, strong relationship with yourself, with presence, with trusting yourself, with self-honoring yourself, so that when you are in an experience where you're not being honored, you're not going to question, is it me or is it them? You're going to know, I know what self-honoring feels like. And this isn't it. So I'm going to speak up or I'm going to walk away. That is your power. And anxiety is simply just showing you that you're not holding your own power. Okay, so 3 techniques. 3 things that you can add to your toolbox when dealing with anxiety. Number 1 is supplementation. Now, I have no kind of designation to be able to recommend supplements. 2 that I know of that I personally have taken is magnesium biglycinate. Now there's a number of forms of magnesium. Biglycinate, B-I-S, glycinate, is one that I take that I really feel helps. And also GABA is another one. Research supplements for the nervous system. If you have lived in this reality that asks you to do more, have more, be more, and jam-pack your schedule, while the media tells you that you're not safe and that this is going to happen and that's going to happen, you need nervous system support in helping to teach your nervous system how to be in a calm state so that you can be present with your life as it unfolds. So do some research around supplementation. It's important. The second one is meditation and or breath work. Meditation allows you to retrain your nervous system through the presence of your breath and the observation of the mind and the calm state that you're in when you meditate. It teaches the nervous system, again, how to be calm. It teaches you how to observe your thoughts, but not be your thoughts. It allows you to observe what's happening within your body, within your mind, within your field, what's going on in my life right now from a more objective state, rather than being so ingrained in it that you can't see the forest for the trees. Meditation is a great tool for supporting the nervous system and managing anxiety. But I know that it's a practice and it takes time for it to be effective. And I know that there's a lot of people out there that are saying, but I can't. Because some days the anxiety is so loud that getting into a meditative state feels near impossible. And I understand that. So the other option is on the spot breath work. Now, excuse me, when you touch your heart space, there is an event that happens in the body where the nervous system says, oh, something's about to happen. I don't know why. There's a study out there that talks about this, but when you touch your heart space, the nervous system goes, oh, something's going to happen. And when all you do in that moment is touch your heart, close your eyes, and take a deep centering breath, what you are telling your nervous system is nothing is about to happen. No thing is going to happen. Which again helps to retrain the nervous system to not be so reactive. It helps rewrite the program your nervous system runs on that thinks that something's always about to happen, that we are not safe, that no thing can happen sometimes. When you take that deep centering breath with your eyes closed and your hand on your heart, you are also in the power of presence. This is teaching you how to be present in your body, in your heart, by your breath. This is important. Okay? So if all you do when you notice, oh, things are starting to get fired up, oh, I'm starting to create stories, oh, when you start to understand that that's happening, hand on your heart, close your eyes, take the deep breath. Now it might take 2, it might take 3, it might take 5. You might need to do it, come out of it and go, oh, no, not yet, and do it again. This is a practice. It's a practice that meets you somewhere between an anxiety attack and meditation. If you can't get there, that's fine, but do the breath work instead. Now we can add to the breath work a rewriting of sort of the unconscious mental programs. And what that looks like is acknowledging what is and choosing where you would like to be. So you put your hand on your heart, you close your eyes, you take the deep centering breath. And from there you say, in your mind or out loud, anxiety is present. I am safe. Fear is present, and I am safe. Sadness is present, and I love myself. It's an and, but it's also the rewrite. It's okay. I'm acknowledging fully that anxiety is present right now in this moment as I hold my heart and teach my nervous system how to calm and relax itself. I'm acknowledging that it is here. I'm not running away from it. And while it is here, I am also choosing to remind myself that I am also safe, that I am loved, that I am a work in progress. Whatever that and might be for you in that moment. And from that place of presence and power, you take the next step forward. So 3 reasons why anxiety presents itself. 1 is the mind keeping you from being present by creating stories from the past, overlaying them and causing a body reaction. 2, the ascension energies that are being presented on the planet right now that are here as an amazing divine gift are creating an anxious-like scenario in the body, which is then telling the mind there's something going on. But really what it all comes down to is that you are giving your power away. And that power is being held by an entity that is always asking for you to take it back. I hope that this helps you. I hope that this helps you support someone. Please reach out to me if you would like to have a one-on-one session where we can unpack how anxiety might be running your life right now. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to help you navigate the mind, body, what experiences or where it's happening, what your soul is asking you to do. The mind, body, and spirit connection is where I work. Put these techniques that I've offered in this video into your life. Introduce them, play with them, make them your own. I hope that this helps you and empowers you. Until next time, bye for now.